Hello, hello. Ahoy, Smokey. How are you tonight? Oh, welcome along. Welcome along. Ooh. Oh, nice. I've just seen the wind forecast as we move through the race. Move it a little. That's yeah, I'm not going too bad. I'm not going too bad. Pop into the garage. Double check what we've got on. Nürburgring quali. Yeah, it looks good. Let's qualify. So incredible SOF. Nearly 34, 3.4k, sorry.
Okay, Adrian, we've got 2 laps to get the job done.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. So I was looking at my
Track temperature's decreasing.
my race from last night.
Celsius.
Which, look, as I said at the time, P4 was probably where the pace was that I had. You know, Max was faster than me. So, and, you know, Leopold was faster than everyone. And Balash was also much faster than me, so I think P4 was where I should have finished. But at the same time, I'm just wondering, I really didn't manage to make a dent with the medium at all. I was hoping that it would be a lot closer to the end. A maximum of 5 laps. So I'm just wondering if I should start on medium, but just box really super early. The only danger with that is, as I said last night and why I did it inverted, was that if I run out of tyre, I'm pretty hosed on the strat. If I box too early already. I had 22% left on my front left on the softs when I boxed.
The leader has just done a 131.43. The leader has just done a 130.23. Sector 2 is 1.2 seconds off the pace. That puts you 1.3 off the pace. a 129.36. Sector 1 is 0.39 off the pace. Find a 10th in Sector 2. The car in front's lap time is at 131.15. That's a new fastest lap for Luke, 129.06. That lap was at 129.77.
All right. I'm not upset with a 29.7. Sorry if I just made a noise through the microphone. Just trying to stretch out my wrists a little. Look, now they're all coming in. $29.4s, $29.5s. P6 at the moment, which for car 12 isn't too bad. Stacked field. 24 cars as well, full grid. Absolutely full grid. 24 drivers. It is, yeah. Pretty huge. So we must have had 47 or 48 signups because there's only 2 splits. Right at the moment, we're sitting 6th. Not upset with that result, really. Especially when Mario Podlosh puts in a 27.5. 27.5! Flippin' heck. 2.2 seconds faster than I did it. How do you find 2.2 seconds? Just insanity. $17. It's better than a 10th.
That's the end of the session. P6.
P6 at the end there. Better than a 10th every single corner. Even the corners that aren't really corners, because there's only 16 corners on the little map I've got. Oh, it doesn't. It was on it. Right. Now I've got to decide. I think what I'm going to do. So I realized I also had too much fuel. So I'm going to go cut it close on fuel. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go medium and soft and stop super early. So we'll invert it from last night.
Alright Adrian, a pit stop will lose us about 24 seconds. Cold tyres all round, 60 laps.
It's open setup. I'm using basically the fixed setup with some fuel taken out. But we will be able to play with ERS during the race. I expect to drop a couple of positions off the start because there are some fast people behind us.
Okay, standing start. Green, green, green. Car left. Clear left, car on your left. Hold your line. He's still there. Clear left. Left side. Hold your line. Clear left.
Woohoo!
Okay, Adrian, the next car is Marco, and their rating is 2.9.
I seem to remember Marco being quite quick.
E7. They're showing the slippery surface flag. The car in front of us is Ferguson, and their rating is 2.5.
Not bad luck, bad driving. Idiot. Basically a pit stop behind the leader already. No, dirty track wouldn't have helped, and cold tyres.
Incident in Warsteiner curve. We think it might be Milne, P23. It's getting closer. The gap's now 2.2. Yellow flag. The leader has just done 132.31.
Alright, let's see what we can do with the fight back. The wind wouldn't have helped there either. Oh, rubbish.
You cut the track. Keep it nice and tidy, please, Adrian. Fastest lap for Mario, 132.22. The gap to P22 behind is now 2.2. We'll need to pit for fuel by lap 57.
No, I won't, Jim.
There's an incident in Aukarken. Going out of track limits, keeping between the lines.
Hey guys, I just had a silly spin on the exit of turn 1. Easy to do, cold tyres. Trying to push a little, stay on someone's gearbox.
There's an incident in NGK Schalke. Looks like it's Barnes. There's an incident in Aukarken. It looks like Stenison.
Especially with this wind, it's basically a tailwind.
Yellow flag.
Oh, can't park there, sir. Oh, Leopold. Oh no.
Barnes is now on softs.
Oh, I know how that feels. Sorry to hear. You were in split 2, I take it? So easy to do at this track. So many traps. Like that. Yeah, I mean, 60 laps.
Okay, Adrian, the next car is Milne, B license, and their rating is
It's sort of
2.4.
in the middle for distance for a Formula 1 race. I think it's partly, I mean, it's not a super long track. But I think partly the reason it feels smaller.
You think it might be McDonald. Fastest lap for Mario, 131.75.
Is, it's busy.
Milne in the gaps now, 2.7 seconds. They're slow into how
There's you know, there's always a challenge. You know, there's this turn 1's interesting. The arena is like 3 turns that are all tricky. So it's just, you're always concentrating on the next thing.
That's your quickest lap.
Straight ahead at turn 2. You mean if you turn left instead of right at the last corner?
That's a new fastest lap for Mario, 1:31.60. Okay, Adrian,
Flippin'
you're
heck.
V19 in. The gap is...
Yeah, I'm not doing 31.6s though. Flip. Yeah, turn left just back there instead of going right.
Incident in Haukaken. Looks like it's Kroll. The gap to V19 in front is now 1.5.
Trouble with an F1 car is a lot of its lap speed comes from the energy deployment, and that's all per lap. It's the same problem at Circuit de la Sarthe, also known as Le Mans. The lap's too long, needs too much deployment.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 24 Celsius. On your right.
Flippin' the heck, mate.
Looks like Kroll, clear right, E19. That was 1:34.17.
I don't think I touched him. I couldn't read, I don't know about you, but I couldn't read whether he was defending or not. I'll watch it back after the race.
The next car is car number 18. Their rating is 2.6. The gap to car number 18 ahead is now 6.4 seconds.
Well, it looks like it looked to me like it was initially a drift away from the outside, so it's going to stay inside. Sorry, drift to the right, so I was going to stay left. And then the drift seemed to stop, So I started to move to the right, and then it started to drift right again. So I went, oh, well, I'm going left, and then I was alongside, so I don't think we touched. Thing is, you really can't be going weaving around like that. Especially not in sim racing.
You're reeling 18th in. The gap is now 4.0 seconds.
When ping delays could cause you issues. Not to mention the fact that I'm not a real racing driver.
That lap time was 1:34.31. Sector 3 is 1.3 seconds off the pace. Fastest lap for Mario, 1:31.50. Alright Adrian, you're reeling the 18 in. The gap is 2.1. You're pretty slow through NGK Schalke.
Ooh, it's getting tasty down here. I think that's all for position as well.
You're reeling car number 18 in. The gap's now 1.1. You've just done a 1:33.87. Sectors 1 and 3 are 0.9 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace. The car ahead is Roll, and their rating is 2.3.
Don't mind me, everyone. Oh, I don't want that. Getting held up now.
right side. Still clear right. Fastest lap for Mario, 1:31.28. To Barnes, behind is now 0.38.
Max is going to have me here.
Car right. Still there. Right side's clear. Track temperatures falling.
Hey, Emily.
22 Celsius.
Long time no chat. Unfortunately, you've joined
B21.
at not a great time. Right, softs.
Okay, Adrian, the next car is Ali, and their rating is 4.4. There's an incident in board curve. It looks like Milner. King ahead is pitting.
That was probably netcode. We'll have to see.
King is now on softs. Box in 330 metres.
Yeah. I mean, I've spun a couple of times. It's partly my own fault. To be back there, I shouldn't have been fighting with that group.
Front left, 79%. Rear left, 85. There's traffic behind, take care. Blue flag, your tyres are cold, watch out.
We should have been running up around E8, E9. Yeah, I'm actually surprised I'm still alive after watching a car mount me. I may have turned in on a... may have turned down.
The gap to P5 behind is now 2.0. One lap ahead.
The strat was to flick to the softs early and go long, and it's pretty early, so...
The gap to 20th place ahead is increasing. It's now 17 seconds. Blue flag.
See what we can do. Don't want to hold any of these front runners up though.
Car left, clear left.
Sorry Sean, I thought you were closer on that hairpin.
Fastest lap for Mario, 1:31.26.
That's not how not to let someone pass with a blue flag. Alright. We've got warm soft tyres, crappy wind direction, slightly damaged car, and nothing really to lose.
The car in front of us is Marcin, and their rating is 2.3. Incident in board curve. Looks like it's Marcin. Stay between the lines, please, Adrian. The next car is Ali, and their rating is 4.4. New fastest lap for Mario, 131.21.
Turning too early for that corner, Adrian.
The car in front of us is now King, and their rating is 2.6. P20. The gap to 6th place behind is now 3.3 seconds, 1 lap in front.
That was nice. The gap to King ahead is now 19 seconds. You've just done a 132.71. That's your fastest lap. Oh man.
Stewards have warned us about track limits. Keep it between the lines.
How are we at 12x? 4x from the crash. Couple of spins. Oh yeah. Boo.
Adrian, you're reeling P19.
Not sure
18 seconds.
exactly what happened to Leopold. We passed Leopold facing the wrong way, beached on the turn 1 apex island thing.
Gap to E5, behind is now 2.9.
I don't know if there was any other cars involved. As I came into turn 1, there was a flash in my peripheral vision that looked like a car, and sure enough, as I exited, with one car facing the wrong way, so must have had damage, was disconnected soon after.
Lap time was at 1:34.11. You're reeling P19 in. The gap's now 18 seconds.
Haven't raced anything else recently. A few weeks ago I did some... Oh, sorry, actually I think it was at the end of last season, so it was probably 6 weeks ago. I got bored and I did a couple of GT3 races.
Thank you.
In the Porsche GT3. One at a couple at Sandown. I think Tobias was suggesting that maybe we should do something. You did a 3-hour GT3 solo. Wow.
P20.
Those are sweaty.
1:33.70.
Especially if you've got any sort of decent IR. Oh wow, that's a great showing.
This new fastest lap for Mario on 13.76. Gap to King ahead is now 17 seconds. Red yellow flag, Deborah on the track.
I'm pretty sure I did over 4 hours during the Daytona 24.
Okay, Adrian, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up.
I've done 3 stints in the BMW GT3.
That lap was at 1:33.37. Luke is now on softs.
And the person who was meant to be taking over from me was having technical difficulties, so I just said, leave me in, you sort out your tech. And so I stayed in and did a 4th stint in a row. And let's all be honest, Daytona is pretty is a pretty iconic circuit, especially for the whole 24-hour thing, but it's not as interesting as Spa. I was pretty tired, I was pretty done. I think that was... I'd already done 2 stints earlier in the evening, but I think after that I was actually... They rejiggered the schedule and I didn't have to drive again.
Is now on softs. The gap to P3 behind is now 4.1, 1 lap in front.
I had the aircon going, don't worry, Emily.
The gap in front is now 17 seconds. That's a new fastest lap for Mario on 30.65.
I need to get these lap times in order. You rolled it good and proper, if I remember what you said rightly. Already stopped, Kaz. Was forced to. Lost my front wing.
Gap to P19 in front is now 17 seconds.
It was only a few laps earlier than I was planning to anyway. We'll see. Maybe. I plan to enter the pits I plan to run these tyres until either I get a meatball for them or I get the checkered flag. And if I have to be down the lane for a non-penalty reason, I'll throw a new set on then as well.
Working one metro very well.
So I took the softs from the start last night in the fixed. It was quite a bit warmer.
1 lap ahead. Okay, Adrian, lap times are pretty consistent.
But I took them, what was it, 43 laps. There was 22% left on the front left. That was the worst tyre. So normally I would aim to only use down to about 40%. So if I'm doing my planning, I'd work out that as the worst case. So normally I do 10 laps on each tyre, look at how many percentage points the wear drops each lap on average. Say it's 1 to be easy, then I work out where that crosses, how many laps that crosses.
That was 133.27
to 40%.
What's that?
blue flag.
So in that case it would be 60 laps. It's never quite like that, but I think around here I was getting 1.7 average wear percentage loss per lap.
The gap to P3 behind is now 0.7, 1 lap ahead. Red yellow flag, watch for debris on the track. Left side, clear left.
That went a lot better than when I let Sean by there.
The gap to King ahead is increasing. It's now 60
cool.
seconds.
Did you enjoy your trip to the Oz GP? It looked like you were from the photos you posted.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to get down to the Oz GP at one stage. I was thinking of trying to get my track marshalling up to volunteer,
Thank
but
you.
The gap to King ahead is now.
there's some of the
50
hardest volunteer
seconds.
spots in Australia to get into.
Baloch is now on softs.
Yeah, it's tricky.
That last lap was at 133.14. Blue flag. The gap to King ahead is now 15 seconds. The gap to P3 behind is now 2.2 seconds, 1 lap ahead.
I thought Balash was right behind me. Come on, Bono.
There's an incident in Alcarcan. We think it might be Gonzalez.
Oh, that's good for me.
That lap was a 1:33.34.
Yeah, they're probably long days. Probably a lot more tiring than WRC marshalling.
Fastest lap for Mario, 1:30.52. Roll is now on softs. P18, your laptop car right. Still a clear right, good consistency, keep them coming. Blue flag. Left side, clear left. New fastest lap for Mario, 1:30.51.
Thank you.
Oh wow. Luke's up in P2. Didn't realise that. A little bit, Emily. A little bit. I always have. Well, I often have.
The gap behind is now 5.7 seconds.
You'll usually hear me advise people
Halfway home, your fuel
to
is
just
fine.
leave it unbalanced. I need to work out how to get an overlay up that shows it since the Season 3 release last year that reworked the hybrid. It hasn't been mapped right on RaceLab. So with the hybrid rework, the system stayed the same as far as the way you operate it, except there's no more no deploy. So in qualifying you used to have, in fixed you just had quali, and in open you had quali or no deploy. Now it has a separate mode, recharge mode. And that's available in fixed and open races. You can turn recharge mode on.
There's an incident in Alcarcan. Looks like it's Vincenzo. The lap time was at 1:32.63.
So on your out lap for quali, you turn recharge mode on, keeps your battery at 100, and I usually pick a section of track for my first quali lap.
Okay, Adrian, the next car is Vincenzo and their
To turn
rating
on
is 2.6. Incident in board
recharge.
curve, looks like Garage. You're reeling Vincenzo in. The gap is 10. Second car left. Clear left. Blue flag. Red yellow flag. There's debris on the track. The track temp's increasing. It's now 24 Celsius.
No. I mean, I've heard of people doing that, but I think it screws things up too much. In the race, you basically have your same balanced attack build. I mean, build is just a gentler recharge mode. Like, recharge mode is like absolutely zero deploy.
Left side. Clear left.
Balash. So yeah, you still have balanced attack and build. I'm imbalanced at the moment.
That's a new fastest lap for Mario.
Got a lovely 80% battery. So coming out of here, I might decide I want to get up Balash's backside, so we go to attack. The other thing that changed is the way the hybrid blends in. So previously, yeah, none of the changes changed the way the setups worked. None of the hybrid changes really changed setups, apart from the fact that the numbers that they took no deploy out and moved everything else up. So if you had a setup that was previously balanced, it could put you in attack, which was a little annoying.
The gap to Vincenzo in front is now 11
But
seconds.
yeah,
You've just done a 1:32.77. There's an incident in Mercedes Arena. You think it might be Vincenzo?
previously the MG UK would only deploy at 90% throttle or above. So to kick in after 90% throttle,
John.
P18.
that's gone now, so it basically deploys almost as soon as you start applying the throttle. So that can change things a little bit, but it's more gentle. So there used to be the big kick when you got to 90% throttle, which someone like yourself, who's a pretty advanced driver, probably noticed. Yeah, I mean the power's just a bit smoother. And that's why
There's an incident in our car count. We think it might be
recharge mode
Gonzalez.
is available in fixed setups, because otherwise you'd never be able to start a qualifying lap with a full battery, because even to poodling around at 40% throttle you're deploying.
30.14. Adrian. We've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
You're all good. You understand by watching the screen if I'm concentrating, so you don't get upset if I don't answer a question.
Gap to E5 behind is now 4.7 seconds, 1 lap in front. Alright Adrian, this bastard's holding you up, you've got to find a way past. Car right. Hold your line. He's still there. He's still there. He's still there. Clear right.
Whew. That wasn't for free.
Incident in Dunlop car. It looks like Gonzalez.
Oh, that's good for me.
Got debris on the track. They're showing the red yellow
That's
flag.
not good for me.
Gap to Vincenzo behind is increasing. It's now 0.7. P17. The leader, Mario, is pitting. Blue flag. The leader is now on softs. Car in front is Gonzalez, and their rating is
Mine are a little
2.7.
older. Didn't matter though. All right. No worries. Good to virtually see you again. Thanks, mate. Have a good week.
clear.
Cheers.
Vincenzo is closing the gap. It's now 1.0. Quicker than you entering turn 4. There's an incident in Mercedes Arena. Incident in NGK Schalke. Looks like it's Vincenzo.
Have to watch that back. I didn't hear a car left call. I don't think I could have turned any later.
There's an incident in our car camp. We think it might be Roll. The gap behind is now 5.8. The gap to P16 ahead is now 5.7 seconds. Good luck. That's your quickest today. Fastest lap for Mario, 129.51. Incident in our car camp. It looks like Roll.
All right.
Place.
And 15th and 16th at fighting, I just Haven't been able to go fast enough to catch up to them.
You're reeling 16th place. In the gap's now 5.0. We're slow through NGK Schalke.
Ah!
Track limits, watch those lines.
Shit. Only one more incident point available. And then the one after that is a drive-through.
Is reeling you in. The gap's now 5.0. They're faster than us into turn 4. The gap to Gonzalez ahead is now 4.4. There's an incident in Aukarkan. Looks like it's Gonzalez.
Oh, there's been shenanigans. Gonzalez was without a front wing there.
The car ahead is car number 18, and their rating is 2.6.
Zero from pit line.
On your right. Right side's clear. Nice one, mate. Well done, Adrian. Next car is Gonzalez, and their rating is 2.7. Is now 4.0 seconds. P15.
Sorry.
The gap behind is now 3.7 seconds. Lap was at 1:32.18. Fastest lap for Mario, 1:29.33.
Understeer. Yeah. It's involved some luck, but also consistent driving.
Okay, Adrian, we just cut the track.
What? No, I didn't. Alright, we're right on the verge of a drive-through now.
Vincenzo is getting closer. The gap is now 2.8. They're quicker than us entering turn 4. Flag. The gap to P1 behind is now 1.2 seconds, 2 laps ahead.
Come on, Adrian.
Car right. Clear right. That's a new fastest lap for Mario, 1:28.87. The lap time was at 1:32.43.
That was so close to being an off track on the apex there.
B16 is gaining on you. The gap's now 1.9. Fastest lap for Mario, 1:28.77. Blue flag.
Yeah,
Black flag will need to pit to serve this penalty. Car left. Clear left. You need to come in for this penalty in the next 3 laps.
It has not been my night.
Alright Adrian, the next car is Vincenzo and their rating is 2.6. The gap in front is now 1.2.
Shouldn't drop any more places, but still, bloody hell.
Watch your speed. Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. 100 meters. 50 meters. There's traffic behind. Take care rejoining.
I think that unfortunately puts us in a bit of no man's land.
B16. To 8th place. Behind is now 2.3. 1 lap ahead. New fastest lap for Mario, 128.62. The gap behind is now 16 seconds.
16 seconds behind, 18 seconds in front. 10 laps to go. Well, not even, because we've been lapped. Shame I don't have
Looks like it's
time to run this race again. I'd have to get up and run it at 5 AM, which I don't really feel like doing.
Seconds.
That'd be the only time. The other 2 races that remain after that are during my workday, 11 AM and 2 PM. I don't actually know. I mean, Eduardo's been around this series for quite a few seasons. I don't know whether he's got coaching or just something's clicked.
That lap time was 1:32.10. Good lap. That's your best in the session. Left side, clear left.
There was a couple of spins and an accident, Smokey. I think you would have seen the first... Actually, no, you probably saw all that. And I got a drive-through. That was a very good hairpin.
Fastest lap for Mario, 128.52. The gap to P9 behind is now 2.9 seconds, 1 lap ahead.
Yeah, something like that. It was just a bit package. Now, you'd get some sausage here, wouldn't you? Some German sausage.
Thank you.
That's a new fastest lap for Mario, 128.46.
Next weekend's going to be fun as well. I think it's next weekend or the weekend after. The next round. Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari. I believe. Also known as Imola. One hell of a place to bomb one of these around in.
That's your best lap in this session.
On my left.
The gap to P9 behind is now 1.8 seconds, 1 lap ahead.
Oh, Adrian, come on.
Blue flag. There's an incident in our car camp. I think it might be Vincenzo and Gonzalez.
Ooh. That could be places for me. Where's Dennis? 1.6. Sorry, Dennis, you're not getting past this lap.
You've just done a 131.80. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
How was that, Matt?
New fastest lap for Mario, 128.31.
Matt Beard? Or Matt212 on the YouTube? Yeah, I've crashed into Matt a couple of times. We're all good. I think we're all good anyway. But, yeah. I made one of his shorts because he slammed into the back of me at coming into the arena area at the end of Hockenheim. I went through the curve into it. I got onto the... It was like early in the race. I got onto the rumble curbs.
Your lap times are improving. Come on, Adrian. Yellow flag. Watch out. There's an incident in Haukaken. It looks like Sebastian. The stewards have warned us for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines. Blue flag. Right side, clear right. The driver in front of us is Gonzalez, and their rating is 2.7.
Should have been another place for me, but it was an absolute mess.
Thanks, Alberto.
Sorry about turn 1 as well, Dennis. I was just trying to stay out of the ruckus.
Yeah, 4 into 1 doesn't go in. It's all good.
Alright.
I had a situation similar before where we had 3 into 1 at the center of Schumacher race. Well, the Schumacher race.
Thank you. You're welcome, Mario.
We may have missed our chance here while those softs were cold.
Cut warning. Keep it tidy, please, Adrian. Gap to Gonzalez. Ahead is now 0.8.
Come on. Miles? No. Haven't heard of that. Alright.
2 laps remaining. That's a new fastest lap for Mario, 128.23.
Yes.
car left. Clear left. You need to push if we're going to hold this position. Good pass, mate. Fucking awesome.
Sorry about that, Alberto. I didn't realise you were gonna be that close in the chicane.
15th place. One more to go. Car right. Still a clear right. Incident in. How car count? We think it might be Gonzalez. Mario is the winner.
Feel a little bad about that. I don't want to pass with contact.
Their rating is 2.6.
I knew I had to be right behind though because we were coming on to the last lap, so... Turn 1 was my best chance to pass. I mean, it was a 0x that went up to a 4x, so I'm not too upset about that. That normally indicates that it was a light contact as far as my sim was concerned.
Gotta be that a problem.
No one.
3:15. Oh, that's the finish. Been a bad day, mate. Don't worry about it.
Who did I kill? Myself, mostly.
Good race. Greetings, Mario.
Fair play. Fair play to Ali. So from earlier in the race, Ali apologised. Whew. All right. Let's go back to the very start and have a look at my start. I said we're going to watch it in a minute, Max. Ali has apologised, so I think it was just one of those things in the end. Now, look at this. Look at what... is that Sebastian there? Look at this. As we come to where I start coming across, I'm sure like this jink out here from Sebastian is because I look a lot closer than I actually was due to netcode. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who was that? Okay. Oh. I remember seeing that. Who's this? Oh, that's Ali. So spins it up and we're just behind. We're like, oh. And it's like 3 wide. A group of 4 of us going through. Fair, respectful racing. I keep it a lot tighter than I did the other night when I was on the outside here. So I was out on all the debris on the outside. Oh, that's so easy to do here. Pit entry sucks. And I was a little faster through here. But I have to say, with the black and red car behind me, I was having flashbacks. Not that it was Max. Max was a little further back. And I think it was... So yeah, I was pretty sure this is Marco. And I was pretty sure I was going to get past. I was even being a bit gentle into here, and then too much right foot and dirt. And around we went. And look at all these places we dropped. And that sucked. Alright. Where did we have our little incident? So we're fighting away. Max comes into the picture. I'm wide as is my normal entry, but I know Max is down the inside, so was just... Max kept it absolutely tight, and I was judging where I was. Oh, Ali's already gone. So yeah, no, Max, you were completely innocent. I was just held up high by you, and then Ali's just drifted out. And obviously for us, it's been pretty catastrophic, and Ali's got damage as well. So we box. Front wing. And the next two the next bad is all of our own. Because we ran over the incident points and another spin at some point. Where did I... Actually can't see. Lap. End of the lap. Need to look and see when... That's Balash behind us. Need to see when Bono was behind us. It was later in the race, I think. Is that us up ahead? Where am I at? That's when I went for my drive-through. That was well after incident. The Bono had been catching us. Got DRS. Yeah. If you're not, if you don't have overlap by the around the 50 board, yeah, Bono wasn't quite there. So yeah, I'm turning in. I think I've left the turn in just a little bit later. Not as late as I perhaps could have. I mean, if back here, like I'd seen Bono had moved out. If back here I'd heard car right, if it was like 2 car lengths further up, if I'd heard car right, I would have gone, oh cool, and I wouldn't have turned in. He probably would have turned in further down towards this service road, slowed a bit more and turned in really, really late. Been able to leave a full car width at the apex. But yeah, whoop. There we go. Now, what happened to our friend Leopold? It's just after he'd set his fastest lap. Running P8, which is surprising. Must have had a bad qualifying. Must be the next lap. Bit of argy-bargy in front. Oh no. Oh no, please no. Is that a give up or is he beached? Oh no, Leopold. Should have reversed. Oh no. And it's like, nope, too much. Do I pay attention who has the fastest lap and what it is? Not usually, because there's someone like Mario in this race who won by 1 minute and 20 seconds for the best part of a lap. Against the next driver down was a 5K iRacing driver, who I know is at least a heck of a lot faster than me. So one thing I will do is I'll go on Garage 61 and I'll look at who's around me after I've done a practice, after I've done a qualifying practice, what my fastest lap is. I'll have a look at who's around me, and I usually learn some names from racing them in races. So if I'm racing and I see like Max and Michael. So yeah, I don't see what you see. Those overlays that you see are all um, for the stream. In VR, obviously, I see the iRacing UI, but just down here, sort of off the corner of the iRacing UI, I've got a standings. So I see the top 10 cars plus a couple either side of the selected car, which is normally me during the race, and I also have a weather widget. And I've just added the map widget because it's got the handy hit indicator. So it gives you the little bar on the map that tells you where you're going to come out once you pit. That's really handy in these races. You can tell at a glance if you're going to come out into traffic or if you're going to come out into a gap. So I've got now got the map. And as you might imagine, because when I read read chat, I'm looking up here. That's where I've got the chat, and I can hit a button, my wheel, and I go to the readout of how many people are watching on YouTube. Hello to all 5 of you. Weather widget, yeah, but downforce car. There's one of my spins. That was a stupid one. Downforce car. It's got the wind widget up the top, which shows you the direction of wind relative to the car. As you're driving around the track, it'll have an arrow coming, down from the top when it's towards you, or from the bottom when it's behind you, or from the, if it's from the side. So it tells you which way the wind is blowing from, so that and it spins that arrow around as you turn. So as you're coming up to a corner, if you've got the wind behind you, you need to add some extra distance to your braking. Like when it's, so for example, we look at the car right now. I think this data is live. Yeah, so as we're coming through this corner, as I was coming through this corner during the race, the wind is coming sort of from slightly to the right, basically over the sign that is where the Nordschleife returns on the main straight. So as I come through the corner, it's now ahead of me. Now it's to the left. Now it's coming in over my left rear wheel. So I know that by the time I get down here, it's sort of from the side and behind me. So I'm going to be down a little on downforce. So I might add 5 meters to my braking. And, through a corner, especially a corner like this where it's off camber, it's rising up, the wind's behind you, so you just need to be really gentle on the accelerator. So I didn't get to full throttle till about here. So I was really sure of the back end. So yeah, that's what I use the weather widget for. I also use it for track temp, so that I know if I'm likely to have trouble with my tires. Yeah, so that's annoying. It should probably. I wish the Race Lab track grip display told you what it was, and then had a little brackets like C/O for carryover or something to tell you. But the track grip is the starting. Okay, so unless it can change every time you move between um uh between a different phase of the race. So as you move from practice to qualifying to race, it could theoretically change. Like the simulator allows that. Some leagues might set that up when they're setting up races. Official races almost exclusively, it will stay the same. It will be carryover. So whatever's done to the track during practice, the 3-minute practice while you connect, is carried over to qualifying. Whatever happens during qualifying is carried over to the race. But what you can do is, so with that in mind, it's probably something that you'd look at here in the iRacing UI, where we see practice had moderately high usage, 65%, and then in qualify was carried over. So the track state doesn't stay the same, but that's it doesn't get reset, is what that means. Hopefully you didn't hear that. Hopefully you can hear me now. Just had to cough there. So that's all that carryover means. It's good to look at. The track grip is good to look at the start. So when you first join the session, it's good to have a look at it so you know where it's starting from, whether it's a clean track, whether it's a extensively used track. But the fact is, the track state always develops as cars run around it. So you get marbles on the outside, you get get rubber laid down, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, the iRacing surface model is a little more complicated than just a green track is low grip and a used track is high grip, because you have dirt and dust and marbles and other things. Like on these two corners here, jump on board, you can see on the entrance to this corner here, as the track is getting used, it's pulling in dirt from this access road because people are going wide. See all this dirt on the track, so that changes the grip. And that sort of thing. So when you put a track to 100% usage, it also has a lot of dirt and grit and all that sort of stuff. So it's not necessarily, it's not rubber. Track state contains a portion that is the amount of rubber. I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. I think so. But yeah, I mean, I know that rain definitely changes the surface, and I think it washes away dirt. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I honestly don't drive a lot of rain, obviously, because this car doesn't have the facility for it. So yeah, glad you're giving it a go. Hope you have some better luck in your races. Barely seen it. Well, the thing is that if a race has rain in a time, every race that happens in a time slot has identical weather. That's not about splits. So we just had 2 splits for this race. Kaz was in the other. Unfortunately, have a great race. The weather, the progression of when clouds came in, the temperature changes, everything would have been identical between that split 2 and this split. So if somebody had the weather details up and you synced up our streams for like from the green flag, it would be very close. Maybe not exact because the green flag drops at different times in the different sessions slightly, but within a minute, couple of minutes, it'd be accurate. Every split has exactly the same weather. So if you do a race where it rains 15 minutes in, everyone who started in that time slot would have it rain in that at that 15-minute point. Oh, you're talking about the dirt coming in. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. There's definitely spots where people go off though and drag dirt and debris on as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop yammering on. I'm going to go and commiserate a very ordinary race. Bit of an ordinary weekend, a bit messy these open races, and fixed last night. I think I executed pretty well. I just didn't manage to execute Friday night or tonight, very well. Hopefully, we have a better time in the next round, which I believe is in Imola, either 1 week or 2 weeks' time. Basically, I think it's 1 week because they were hopping 1 week across to Saudi Arabia for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, which obviously F1 has cancelled. But we haven't cancelled anything. Racing on virtual tracks, provided the servers are up, we're all good. So good luck in your racing. Leave a like and subscribe if you're feeling generous. And thanks for tuning in. And yeah, hope to see you all out on the racetrack soon. Bye for now.